So, Papa Timo,
Yes,
nice to meet you.
Me too.
It's been a while. It's been 3 months
Yeah.
back then from the time I was here. And today I see a big difference at Kazo Technical School.
Yeah.
So what's going on? And I've been talking to a few of your students here. Yeah. And maybe before we go there, you could introduce yourself.
So first of all, greetings to our viewers and whoever will be watching this video. My name is Tumuhayo Chirabo Timothy. I'm the principal Kazo Technical School. At the same time also an instructor. So a few times I'm still in the office. Then I would say most of the time, being a person who loves practical work, so you see me mostly on the workshop floor, ensuring that I equip the students with relevant skills which are needed for them to succeed in life. So basically, that's me.
As you have heard, it's a wonderful introduction, and he's one of the main guys here who are making things happen. Since we have the principal at our grip, I would like to ask him some few questions. And one of the questions is the students' preparation. And they told me that they are for their finals and they're preparing, as they can look right there. And some have already finished. So how has this whole thing been going? And what are they preparing for?
Yeah. So basically, you have come at the time when we are doing our final practical exercise, which technically it's in accordance with American Welding Society under the Code D1.1. So basically, when we started the semester, that's basically I would say 3 months back. So basically, first semester we do what we call structural welding. This is when they are welding within the 4 basic welding positions. If you have interacted with students, maybe they have been talking about 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G.
Exactly.
So that's basically equipping them with the skills to be able to weld in the 4 basic welding positions.
Yes.
So when we are finalizing, for me and as a school, to be sure that they are well equipped, they know what they are doing. So we test them in the 2 welding positions. That's 4G, that's based on their welding when the pieces are overhead, above their head, and they are doing a big groove joint.
Yeah.
I think you see them around doing it. Then the other one is 3G. So in those 2 positions, if someone is able to weld very well, and we bend test the piece, which I find so interesting because I've been seeing something so excited,
right.
And we'll be seeing them, all of them excited to pass. So we believe that a student who is able to achieve that excellence is able to now almost weld in whichever position. Of course, there are other welding positions like pipe welding, which we don't go so much in details here at Kazo Technical School. But with the foundation of the 4 basic welding position, someone is able now to advance to pipe welding and any other form of welding. So here at Kazo, we ensure that we equip them with those skills, that is the foundation. So it's so important to give them the proper foundation for them to be able to advance in their welding career. So right now we are finalizing, and we'll be seeing the excitement, the tension. Everyone are worried about their piece breaking, but I don't expect anyone's piece will break.
Right.
They will pass.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
As you have heard, ladies and gentlemen, what has been going on and the things they cover, it's really a lot. It's really hard to comprehend, and that's why I invite you always to come in here and see for yourself. Mr. Timo, what is the coverage in these 3 months? What have the students done, and how far do you see some of these things going? Because they have been talking about SMAW, they have been talking about all these things. So can you briefly explain to the outside person out there?
First of all, like you asked about where do we see our students after probably here after this the first semester. So first of all, I would like to let anyone and know that any student who has gone through Kazo Technical School, whether it's 1 month, whether it's 1 week, I have guarantee that that student is able to survive in whichever part of the world you throw that student.
Right.
Then now for these now who have spent 3 months with us, now I'm overly confident that what they have covered, it's just enough. But of course, second semester will be coming to add on those skills. So basically, the first semester, which we are right now ending, is we concentrate on. They talked about SMAW. That's in layman's language, the stick welding, the common welding we saw on the roadside using the stick electrodes. That's what we concentrate on. And with that, basically, when we started in the first month, we covered mostly fabrication. Fabrication is whereby now we are practicing with our students to be able to do some simple projects. If you are able to move around with us, you will see that we are able to do some simple windows. We did some cubes, and the basis of this is they enable the student now to build on this to do even complicated projects. Because if you look at a cube, from a cube you can do a table, from a cube you can do a chair. There are endless projects you can do from just a simple cube. Then when you come to a window, from a window someone can now advance to doing doors, any other forms of window. So with that, then we advance now to structure. Structure is now basically welding, pure welding, ensuring that you join two metals and the joint is strong. These metals will not break. So with that, basically we are targeting that our student is able now to go in a pure welding industry. For example, they are constructing a bridge. Right now, I think our biggest bridge we pride in as a country in Uganda is the Ginger Bridge. So such a bridge, you'll see that they'll bring Chinese from abroad. These Chinese, they are purely welding. You are just joining these big metals together to ensure that when vehicles are moving on, they are not cracking. Structures like I think Entebbe Airport was also under construction. I haven't been there, but the other airports I've been at, Guangzhou Airport in China, Dar es Salaam Airport, you realize that the airports, they have a lot of metal structures. So there you find pure welding. So our students, I believe they are in that capacity. So as they are finalizing this first semester, the SMAW they are talking about, that shielded metal welding, layman language, stick welding, to enable them to work on all those structures. And second semester, then we shall upgrade to that. We shall do advanced welding. Yes. So
what do you see there in terms of percentages, if I may say? How do you see their performance? Yes.
So their performance, being Kazo Technical School, anyone who plans to even pay us a visit realize that our criteria or testing criteria is a little bit tight. By the Kazo Technical School standards, they are good, but still we tighten it. So if you see them on tension, we make it hard for them, because we know when they move out, we want them to represent us to be the perfect welders. By the standards of Uganda, I would say they are the best. I say that without contradiction. They are the best. That's why I said that even if they spend 1 week here with us, because here, when they were starting, I remember one of them was saying that when I told them that we shall weld the first day, he thought, he looked at me thinking that I was lying. But here, there's no joking. Even if you come as a visitor, we'll give you a torch to start welding. I call it baptism of fire. So with the way we do our things, excellence is put at the highest standard. So I'm sure when they move out, they are good to go. But still, with our standard, I would say they're not yet there to the standard of Kazo Technical. Because first semester, you are not yet. You haven't satisfied me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can, as you are hearing from the principal himself, he is, I'm already too satisfied, but he's saying we are not yet there. So the next question to him is, how excited is he coming to semester 2, and what does he expect to give to these students in semester 2? Because I see so far so good what students are doing here. To me, I feel it's good enough. But let's hear from him.
So it's good enough to someone who doesn't know welding. But as a school and as an instructor, not yet. Basically, I would encourage them, hopefully they all turn back. Because second semester, we still have a lot. Because now I talked about fabrication, but now that was just doing the basic tube. And second semester we shall push more on fabrication. Because now for second semester I've already started planning for them. Second semester we'll try to push individual projects, whereby now actually we call it real life projects. For example, right now as a school we have many projects we want to work on. Actually the shed you look at, I think we are seated in this shed. So in case there are modifications to be done on it, they are the students who I want them to do it. Then when you are in class, I want the students to do their own sheets. So basically, maybe to give you a sneak peek on what we are going to be doing in the second semester. The students should be doing at least a project is going to be using here. As they are starting, that's actually the exact week they report for second semester. I have projects they have to do, and they are going to be using them as they are studying here.
Wow.
Then the other projects we shall be involving them now on projects which are going to be sold out. Because now I'll be having confidence in them that they are able to work on projects which can be sold. So with that, I'll be more confident that their projects they are working on, they can be consumed out there. Then in terms of now going back to pure welding, right now first semester we are covering one form of welding. Second semester then I want us to advance, that is TIG welding, basically which we seek for use for stainless steel welding. There is oxyfuel welding, or what we call gas welding, using fire to weld. When you see guys outside there welding, like repairing exhaust pipes of cars, the welding they use. Then MIG welding. And right now, most companies who are taking our students, I realize they are advancing to MIG welding. Technically, you take a time and move around. I encourage anyone to come and visit and see the different forms of welding we do. Don't be outside there stuck in I call it rudimentary, stone edge welding. But there is advanced welding which we do here. So second semester we concentrate on that. Yes.
Wow. So, as you have heard again, there is nothing much to really add here. This is something serious. I wish you could come by yourself here at Kazo Technical and you get time to interact with the principal himself, get time to see what the students are doing right here, and the projects so far that is in place, that probably some of the projects maybe have been done by the principal himself, and some of the projects have been done by I heard that there are internship students here. Some of the projects probably the previous students have done by themselves. So by this, if someone wants to register here, how can they reach you out? Or how can they get to come to the school?
First of all, Kazo Technical School has done a good job at marketing itself. More so using the social media platforms. Because right now the poor we are targeting, the youth. I doubt whether there is still a youth who doesn't have access to a smartphone. What is who has not yet heard of Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. So with that we are all there. So any person who is interested in us, just type in Kazo Technical School. Once you see, is the badge visible? Once you see a badge similar to this, that's us. And my face is common. Then the other one is you find our contacts there. Once you call us here, we shall receive. Our phone is always available. So once you call, we always encourage you to come and visit. What do we encourage you to first come and visit? Because we don't really so much after money. We know what we are doing, and you come visit us if you appreciate what we are doing, because we are confident that what we are doing is the best. So you visit, I'll tell you this is what we do. You choose. I know you move around all other schools, you come back here. Just by visiting, even if it's one day, even if it's 1 hour. What you will see here, I know you don't want to go to another school. That one I'm confident. So we now have, even we plan to put a bigger signpost. So if you are within the areas of Kazo Muganziraza, I know we are working on that. We shall make our signpost, whereby it's visible almost on the whole village. Yes.
As you have heard, visiting here is free. You're welcome at the gate at any time, and feel free to come by and check the school. Mr. Timo, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the good work that you're doing to the students. And I really see the school is exactly as it's being put out there.
Thank you also so much for the good work of representing us outside there, putting our image to the public. Then I would like to also let the public know that as Kazo Technical School, currently, I know as a country we are facing a problem of unemployment. So I'd like to put this across for anyone who's outside there, that once you get practical skills, I tell people that you are rest assured that we never sleep hungry. Right now I need more welders. Companies asking for more welders, and we have supplied all those we had. They are all taken up. So any person who is outside there and you are not having a job, please first equip yourself with skills. Jobs will start looking for you. As a principal, I'm experiencing it. Every day we are getting phone calls asking us, do you have welders? Do you have people who can work? So please come study, get the skills, jobs outside there. Thank you everyone. Wish you the good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
My brother, how are you today?
I'm okay.
How is the going?
Going is good.
See, you guys have polished some, they call them pieces.
Yes.
Polished some pieces here, seriously. I wanted to understand. I see some flames here. What's going on here? What are the students doing so far?
We are doing obstacle cutting, and the students have just completed welding their pieces for the exams, and we have to cut them into smaller pieces, which we are then going to do a bench test on to see whether they pass. Yes, that's what we are doing now.
So these pieces, after you split them where they have labeled, as they see,
Yes.
and then you take them to a machine.
And then we'll bench test them.
Yes. So how long have they taken to learn this?
So far, we are coming to 3 months, and we have been doing a lot of practice ever since we started. So I would say 3 months.
As I see, they don't fear the flames. When it pops, they are all fine with it.
Yes, that took them some time. Of course, the beginning was quite interesting. Most of them were a little bit scared of the flames. But after getting some hands-on practice, they get acquainted with it. Yes.
So
Zero salary.
how has the 3 months been? So far we are here at the end of the semester. I remember I came a time ago, and I see things have really changed.
Yes.
Students are more confident, and they seem to really know what they're doing exactly.
Yes.
So tell me more about that.
The beginning is normally quite difficult.
Yes.
If I put myself in their shoes, even me, if you have never done anything before, you're a bit scared, you're not really sure what you're getting into. And when we started doing some hands-on practice, writing an app, obstacle cutting, as we are doing right now, at first we're a bit scared, like we see sparks and people want to throw away the torch, but we're always around to guide them, tell them, no. Because when you throw away the torch, you might end up creating another disaster. So we try to be around and guide them.
Yeah.
And slowly by slowly they get used to it. They've had a few challenges here and there, as you know, learning is a process.
Yeah.
But practice, here at Kazo we emphasize practice. The more you practice, the more you get it. And right now they are reached the point where they can work autonomously. I don't always have to be around all the time. So So towards the end of this, we had come to 2 months. We find that the instructor is not always around there 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So we try to keep a distance, first let them work on their own. And by doing that, yes, we help them to work on their own and gain that confidence.
So there's something interesting that I'm seeing here. And it's fascinating that you say it after, and Mr. Timo talked about something like bend test.
Yes.
And I would have loved for you to demonstrate to me using that machine what a bend test is all about. Because I might be like any other person out there who hears a bend test, but he's not so sure of what a bend test is. Probably you could show us the machine and explain briefly what really happens in this final examination, what is really going on with these pieces and things like that.
Let me get a piece and show you what. For example, this is a piece that has been. So their final exam, we have examining them in 3G
Yes.
and 4G welding position. 3G is actually vertical welding position, and 4G is overhead.
Yes.
So these are two different pieces. One is 3G, this is 4G. So after doing all their welding and grinding it down, just as this looks like, we have to cut strips of this material.
Right.
So we are going to do two bend tests. We have the face bend test and the root bend test. So the face bend test will basically test the face of the weld, which is what we are seeing, this tiny part. The root is what is down
here.
So when you're doing a face bend test, we bend the face. So we're putting a lot of stress on the face. If it cracks, then it means the student probably had a few challenges when welding, and they had maybe some defects like porosity, undercut, plug inclusion. That can result in cracks. So that at the end of the test, we can really see whether the student did a good weld.
Right.
A good weld is where we don't have any imperfections, like cracks or tiny holes coming from porosity, something like that. Yes.
Wow.
So after the student has cut out these pieces like they're doing right there, then we head to the other machine. Let me get a few pieces to demonstrate.
Wish you could show me from that machine what goes on in there.
So right here we have our bending station. This is a hydraulic jack. So our setup, this is an example of what a piece we have finished bending. So the other pieces they cut out, if I demonstrate using this, we place it in here.
Yes.
And then we start. Let me put this up a bit.
Yeah.
So our piece goes in between here, and then we start pressing.
Yes.
So if we start exerting force, this
The piece begins to bend.
U-shaped piece, we start exerting force at this point,
Yes.
and the more we press, the more it bends into a U, just as you see this. And then at the end of it all, it will fall down.
Yes.
So our test is to emphasize this bend here. Do we have any cracking? Because the bend we do here, we're exerting pressure exactly where the student welded.
Yes.
So we are testing the weld itself, not after the piece.
Yes.
So if you have the weld cracking, then the
your
student had a few
student
issues.
mistake.
Yes. If it cracks outside the weld, that could be maybe the material itself, because the metals we have here in Uganda are not really so perfect.
Wow.
Could be the metal in manufacturing or other issues. But if it cracks at exactly where the weld is, then the student is lacks something there.
Lacking some skills.
Yes.
Whoa.
So at the end of the day, you find that the student welds, and then they see afterwards, after testing their weld, how it looks like. If it cracks, then they really know maybe something went wrong. So the student gets a very good understanding of shaft welding. A good weld should yield such results. So if you have that understanding, it makes for a very good welder.
But generally, since you are one of the core instructors at Kazo Technical Institute, what do you see so far as regards their performances and their achievements within this time frame that they have been here. Do you see all of them are going to go through this? And
I wouldn't say all of them because we have different abilities.
yes.
Some students are really very, very good in structural welding. Some have a few weaknesses that they really need a little bit more time. And since our time here is a little bit short, we may not really achieve that with some of the students. But I am very, very sure that if someone has the basics, the core knowledge, if you have their own machine, they can really practice this and perfect.
Yeah.
As long as they get the core information and the basics of welding, what a weld is, how to manipulate a torch, how to choose electrode, how to set current, how to operate a machine. We have been doing all this. If a student has that knowledge,
Yeah.
then the rest they can teach themselves.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Mr. Joel probably hasn't spoken a lot about who he is, and but he is one of the guys I would refer you back to him right now so that he can speak something about himself. He's one of the core instructors here at Kazo Technical, and I wanted to bring you guys what really happens at the bottom of all these things that the students are trying to do and what they've been doing in 3 months. So, Mr. Joel, can you speak briefly to introduce yourself?
Yes. So my name is Joel. I am a Muteso by tribe, and I've been at Kazo here for, I would say, 3 years. So I started here as a part-time instructor.
Long time.
So once in a while, so with time you get to create a very good relationship with people you work with.
Right.
So Kazo is, I came to Kazo through a recommendation from one of my instructors. And when I came here, I had come to examine a certain machine they had brought in, which I couldn't operate. And when I came in, they showed me everything. I set it up, and that's how I started. And I would say this is one of the best places I've ever worked. Because the moment I came here, the setup was just perfect. I'd never seen such a setup in a small place. We're not a very large institution, but what you have and what you do just keeps inspiring me to keep working and doing what I'm doing better. Yes.
As you have heard from the students and you have heard from the instructors and the administration, you can clearly tell that this is one of the schools that Uganda needs and East Africa needs and Africa at large needs. So this is Kazo Technical School again, and they have come to the finals of their semester 1. As we wait for some 2-3 more weeks to resume semester 2, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to pause this video here by saying a simple word, that Kazo Technical is one of the schools that really motivate me so much and inspires me. So I would request of you here to find time and come and see what these guys are doing here at this small institute. So far, so good. I am really motivated to say Kazo Technical is not like any other technical schools that I've been to. Have a good day and have a good time. Kazo Technical again.